Hello Capricorn, it's Steph at Finding You Tarot. Been yonks since I was on here. It's May the 6th today. So it's a bank holiday in the UK, so I got a little bit of time. So I thought I would hop on and see if there are any Capricorn messages for you. I think there's a big new moon tomorrow in Taurus, I want to say, and there's lots going on with Jupiter and Venus and everything. So I think there are big opportunities for new starts, should you want them or need them. And so I just thought it might be interesting to have a look and see what the tarot has to say about that. So without further ado, I'm not going to start with the oracle cards today. I might pull some oracles as we get into it, but we'll just see where the tarot wants to go. I have pre-shuffled all of the decks, so they're all ready for messages should we need them. So let's see, where do you want to go with this? Where are we going with this today? Okay, these two. Uh-oh. So we have the world and the Two of Cups. If you can hear my stomach rumbling, I'm really sorry, but it is. It's kind of gurgling away. But I'm not going to stop this video because I'm really intrigued by those first two cards because they wanted to come out together. And I think what we're looking at here is, the world signals a completion. It's the end of the journey. It's the final card in the Fool's journey. But it's the end always signals the beginning of something else. And to come hot on the heels of the world to get the Two of Cups, this can signify a new thing. Maybe not a brand new thing because it's a two, but it's also a choice. This can be about contracts. It can also be about relationships. So, but it's a significant card. It's a significant contract. This is not a trivial thing. I'm being drawn here to the staff of Hermes. And so Hermes is one of the communication gods, so he's a messenger. And so I think we're looking here at something that is new. It's coming in new. And it's because you've closed an old cycle out. It's because something else has ended. And it could, because I'm being very, the fixed signs element of the world, because you have the fixed signs. You have Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus in each corner here, and that is being very, very highlighted to me here. So this is something that has been a major fixture in your life, even not physically, but energetically. If it's been let go physically, but energetically, you might have been holding on for some time. And in that letting go, it has made space. You have made that space. So you might not see it in its entirety yet, but the energy is definitely sort of saying, yeah, you've let go of what you needed to let go of in order that you can bring in the new. So that's rather nice. Let's have a look. Let's carry on and see. Oh, another two cards have come out again. Look, here we go. Another two. Another card of choice. I think you're choosing what you want. The Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment traditionally. It's also a greedy card. So I wonder if before you've been, kind of molding yourself around what other people have wanted from you, whereas now I think you're in a much better space to be able to say, I want what I want, and I'm not compromising on that. This is the Two of Wands, this figure is the pre-emperor looking out at the world, and making his choice to start his own journey. So what we're looking at here is somebody who's actually sort of prioritizing them, prioritizing their needs, prioritizing their desires. I think there is that perhaps you've been a bit self-sacrificing in life, and now not anymore. It's all about you, Capricorn. It's all about you. And I think because we've had the first we've had two cards come out and then another two cards come out. So I think there's something here about duality, about you finding what you need, not just from yourself. I think it stems from you understanding yourself, but finding what you need in another person or from another person. It feels like there's something here about unbalanced relationships, and this might not just be in the romantic sphere or the work sphere. This might just be across the board. You may have just been conditioned to sacrifice your own needs through life, and there is a really big focus in these cards coming from you, coming from your energy, that is saying, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just not. Making yourself a priority, whereas perhaps you've made everybody else a priority. Let's go and find out what that card was that just very dramatically flew and flung itself on the floor, shall we? Let's see. Oh, Queen of Wands. Righto. She's quite selfish. She's quite selfish, but she's brave within it. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants, and she goes for it. So I think what we're seeing here is a really big push towards you being authentically you. The readings that I did throughout the first part of the year actually were really strongly about this, about your own authenticity, your own connection with yourself, and how you're going to ground it in the world. But now this looks very much like this is about you sort of grounding it in your relationships. Some people are not going to love this. I'm not going to lie. There's nothing in the cards that is saying that, but when somebody goes from being a self-sacrificer to somebody who prioritizes themselves, there are people who have been very happy with the self-sacrificer who are much less happy with the person who is going to make themselves a priority. There might be some stuff that you need to give up here, Capricorn, in order that you can make yourself the priority in your own life. The Ace of Cups there, and actually the Ace of Pentacles was there as well a couple of shuffles ago, looking at me. Okay, so the underlying energy is one of that you got the raw end of the stick, really, that you weren't getting what you deserved. You were perhaps begging for what you deserved, but there has been, historically unreliable energy around you that has taken and taken and taken, and I just feel like this is a night. We've got the Queen at the head of the reading. You're now just saying no. I've had enough of that. I'm going to sneeze. Just bear with me. Excuse me, Capricorn. Sorry about that. I've had a little bit of a cold for the last 24 hours. It's not really doing anything, but I haven't sneezed yet, but I've got the incense going, so it's probably set it off. But as I was saying, we're looking here at the Six of Pentacles, and this person being given everything, this person just kind of begging and getting nothing, with this rather unreliable energy here. I just think there's it's almost as though you've just spent your life just surrounded by people who are not reliable, who are not emotionally reliable, who are not there when you need them, but when they need you, you're always there. Yeah, it just feels a bit. It's very unbalanced. It's very unbalanced, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, you've got the Fool there as well. It doesn't matter because you're now the Queen of Wands, so you're actually putting a stop to it, and I'm glad about that because, you know, she's actually the Queen of Wands showed up in a couple of the previous readings as well, and it was kind of like she was kind of putting her hand up and going, can you just please take notice of me, you know, this is where you need, this is where you need to be going, and so it feels like there's a lot of aces flashing at me. It feels as though the Queen of Wands here is just sort of, now she's gone, yeah, okay, right, you know, I'm here, let's get on with it. It feels like a really get on with it energy, because it's almost like I go from this ending to this new thing. There we are. And I almost feel like you're going to be just thinking, really, is it that easy? Yeah, it is. It is. Once you start letting go of all of the nonsense and all of the stuff that's keeping you energetically stuck, that you're kind of using your energy on, that you don't need, then, you know, then things can move surprisingly fast. Sorry, I'm just going to blow my nose. Yeah. Okay. So let me just take a look at the past energies here, please. There's no picture of the moon here, but I do but Taurus has presented in the guise of the world, and I do feel I want to say that this is a big new moon for Capricorn. As ominous. So the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. The Emperor's Aries energy. I'm hesitating here, Capricorn, because I kind of, as I'm looking at this should be an amazing combination. But what I'm kind of, as I'm looking at it, it's making me feel quite sad. I feel as though there's been that this has been denied you. This Ten of Pentacles has been denied you. It feels as though that is it. It's almost as though you just don't believe in it. I kind of, this Emperor now, I just look at the Emperor and he's kind of evolved for me. You know, I used to see him as so strong and so, you know, kind of powerful. But now I just see somebody who's sad and miserable and lonely and can't take his armor off. And I just feel as though he's, you know, yeah, he's got it all, but he's not happy. It's not making him happy. And I don't know whether this is, you know, whether this is an experience that you've or somebody you have had an experience with, and it has denied you this Ten of Pentacles in some way, or whether this is partly you now, where the experiences you've had in your life, you've kind of armored yourself up to such an extent that you just can't quite, you know, you can't access the joy in life. As I say, it's really weird because these are great cards. These two cards are great and they should be so positive, but they're just not in this reading. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I'm just, as I'm looking at it, I was kind of thinking, why do you keep making me look at this? But it's this old chap here. It looks like a bit like the Emperor here, but he's sort of on the outside of it, of this joy and this, kind of this grouping of happiness and everything. He's sitting on the outside of it. It's almost like you just haven't been able to connect with joy, even if it's almost been sort of dangled right in front of you. You can't quite get there. And it's because you've become guarded. It's because if anybody, however pure anyone's motives are now, there's a sort of sense of, if someone comes towards you, it's just, oh, hang on, you just want something. There's this invisible barrier that you've constructed because most people who have come towards you have just wanted something from you and have not been particularly good at reciprocity. So where are we going with this? Nostalgia. There's something about recapturing an innocence here in seeing. Yeah, it's almost like that childlike innocence before all of the other stuff and all of the other, being manipulated and used and everything, before all of that kicked in. It's about connecting with that part of us that sees things as they truly are, rather than with all of the layers of assumptions that we make through our own life experience. Yeah, it's like that thing that people will sort of say about politicians. Oh, they're all the same. So, no, they're not. That's just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. They're not. um, there are decent politicians of all sort of parties and everything. Many of whom I wouldn't agree with, but they're not the same as the terrible ones that are corrupt. But it's like, it's an assumption. It's that easy assumption to make that everyone is out to take what they can get from me, and so therefore I'm going to stay remote from this. I'm not going to allow it in. I think there's something though here that is coming with a big challenge to that, because it looks really quite pure. It looks very pure. It looks very compatible. Doesn't have to be a relationship. Can be work. Can be friendship. But it's something that is coming towards you that is a direct challenge to your assumptions about people and how they treat you, and how you need to respond as well, because this is going to require a very different response. And you're being asked here to consider kind of stripping away all of those layers, because whatever is coming towards you is not going to require the same level of, it will require your discernment, but it will not require the defensiveness that you have built over years, decades, perhaps. It's tentative as well. I think whatever's coming here, you can see how he is reaching his hand out. It's a small kind of gesture, but it's sincere. It's sincere and it's very important. And it's important that you respond to it in the right way, that you don't just kind of go, nope, not looking at that, nope. So what is this all about? Where are we going with this? Yeah. As I say, tentative. So here we have, the Page of Wands. I think you might find yourself thinking, can I really build here? Is this somewhere I can build? Yes, I'm attracted to this option. I'm attracted to this offer. I'm attracted to, whatever is coming towards me. But you might have some doubts here about whether you can, kind of plant a seed here, because if you look, we've just got sand dunes. There's nothing growing here. But what is growing is there are new shoots actually on the wand. so there is potential. There is potential. I think you can see the potential, but there is. I think there's a bit of a kind of sense here, Capricorn, of again that kind of, no, I'm not going to look at it. It's just, no, I don't think that could work. So I'm, I just feel like there's something here. There's a resistance that you're going to try and push away. That whatever this Two of Cups is to you. I'm also being reminded that this Two of Cups is here to replace what it is that you have now let go. So something has to fill that void. It's how energy works. Something else has to come in, and so you do need to give it your attention. And but you're not the same person now as that person who was holding on to the energy that kept you stuck. So you're going to attract something different. But you're going to kick and scream against it. I think there's something here about not wanting to be taken for naive or for being a fool as well. Not wanting to be taken in. And I say that because this Six of Cups always slightly reminds me here of the little girl. She's so much smaller than him, and he's giving her flowers, and she's looking up at him. She adores him, and but there's a bit of a kind of, he's leading her on energy, and you might actually think you're just being a bit led on. I don't think the cards support that at all, but it could be that you're scared of being taken as naive. You might have felt taken in the past by other energies, and again you're laying that experience over this, and potentially ruling it out on that basis, and that I'm being told here it would be not the right thing to do. Yeah. I think this is going to be hard for you, Capricorn, when it comes in, when it's sort of tentatively kind of hi. This is going to be difficult for you because part of you wants to get out of here, part of you knows you can get out of here, but there's safety in this. There is safety in this kind of self-denial, and if she doesn't move, she can't get hurt. She can't even get her feet wet. She's stuck. She's trapped. So there's something here about being trapped in old patterns of behavior and thinking, which is very legitimately to do with, you know, how you have been treated in the past. But this is not something that needs to live and breathe in the now. The past is gone. You know, you can't do anything about it. The only, yeah, and the future never exists, because the future never comes, because it's always now. um, um, so you're being asked here to shuffle out of, you know, these bindings, which you could slip out of really easily because they're not tight. Take off your blindfold and see exactly where you are. You really see everything for what it truly is, because none of these swords can hurt her if she can see them. And she can also see that there is a castle back there, so she can find her way to the castle. But none of those things can be seen while she does not want to look at them. So, you know, this is you kind of keeping yourself trapped when everything here, you know, and this is because you want to protect yourself, but everything here is saying it is time to move forward now. It's time to move on. You know, we've got, but in you know, it doesn't have to be like this huge massive thing, because, you know, we've got twos here, we've got pages. I mean, in fact, actually, we haven't got the only wands card cord we haven't got is the king. But you have options here for a brand new start. As I say earlier on the reading, I was flashed three out of the four aces. So it's big new start energy on offer, but it's still kind of through self-preservation, trying to keep yourself stuck. Yeah, got the Eight of Wands, which is a card of sort of fast moving action. A lot of Wands energy here, really strong Wands energy. But then there's this kind of this this is moving forward, but it's kind of, there's a sense of defeat about it. So there's a real push pull here. There's between you wanting to, you know, get on with your life, and yet still carrying that baggage of the past. You know, they're traveling on the boat here, and they've got six swords with them. Now the question is, when you get to the other side, are you taking those swords with you, or are you leaving them on the boat? You know, this is a very, very conflicted reading, Capricorn, because you're in a push-pull at the moment. You're between, you know, keeping yourself safe and going after what you truly want, which is connection. You know, even because here, this person's begging for connection. They're not just begging for money, they're begging to be seen, and they're not being seen. They're being ignored. But here, this person's being seen and not ignored. This person's the only person that is being seen. Okay, where are we going with this? What's the advice? Yeah, let go of this. Let go of the stuff. Let that go. You do not need to hang on to this anymore. Capricorn, the heartbreak, the disappointment. It's blown through. You know, look at the way these look at the way that the rain's falling out of these clouds. It's slanted. So these clouds are fast moving. This, now, however long you've been stuck in this energy, this is fast moving now. It's like, let these clouds blow through, let this rain blow through, and then it's done. It's done. So it's like, do not hold on to the pain of the past. I feel like, you know, though, you've let that go. It's, you know, right at the heart of the reading, we've got the World with the Two of Cups. Yeah, you've let it go. You've let it go, but I wonder if it's habit. I wonder if habit of, you know, when we think about something all the time, when we think it or sit in the pain of something all the time, it just becomes a habit. It's almost like a kind of, you know, it's like brushing your teeth in the morning. you just, you know, oh, I just brush my teeth in the morning. I don't even think about it. There is something here about letting go this energy of pain and disappointment that you've been sitting in, which I think by every objective measure you've let go of, but there's just the habit of it, the habit of the rumination of it, the habit of coming back to it. So it's almost like you sort of want to just poke at the bruise a little bit harder, just to make it hurt again. Or I don't know, it just feels a bit, but it's in your mind. It's in your mind, because, you know, we've got loads and loads of wands here, but in the position of now, we've got loads of swords. So I think this is almost like the final battle with your own mind. Yeah, I think it's the final battle with your own mind. Just because I can't find him, or he hasn't come out, I'm just going to have a look and see where the King of Wands is, because he's the only court card. The only Wands court card that hasn't come out, which is interesting, just in itself. Should have gone the other way. Where are you? Maybe this is it. Maybe it's like he's hidden. There he is. Yeah, okay. Right. And he is slap bang between two completely contrasting and conflicting energies. So we have the energy of the Fool, which is Aquarius energy, who just wants to just go for it and walk off the cliff and start anew. So, you know, so the new beginning after the world's end, after the end with the world. So that's the new energy coming in, but with that residual Capricorn energy, actually, the Four of Pentacles, of holding on through protection. You're just trying to protect yourself. And I get it, Capricorn. I really, really, really get it. But there's a new start on offer here. And at some point, you're going to have to risk it. Okay, Capricorn. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to touch the oracles today. I'm oracle free. If you're still with me, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope this helps. I hope the new moon in Taurus offers you the new start that you want, and I hope that you can find it within yourself to take it. So, Capricorn, good luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.